Welcome to Perfect Vocals Academy, a channel that puts out cutting-edge audio engineering content. If you would like to learn more about audio engineering, head over to the description and sign up for the Vocal Mixing Masterclass. Also, click the subscribe button. Let's jump into this next video. So why is Melodyne preferred over Autotune? Basically because Autotune has certain artifacts, like digital sounds, digital artifacts that make it sound glitchy. Whereas Melodyne, it's a lot harder to have any sort of artifact or glitchiness to it. So I wanted to make a tutorial with this, and I'm going to tune a vocal, like a verse vocal, a very intimate sounding vocal where it can be very obvious. And then I'm going to do it with Melodyne. So let's scan this in. We're going to do it with Autotune, and I'm going to try to force some glitchiness so you can hear what I'm saying.
I lost 30 pounds. 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 No light. I lost 30 pounds. No light in my face. I lost 30 pounds. No light in my face. This year is tried to end. This year is tried.
See, there's some stuff right there. I mean, it's avoidable.
This year is tried to.
Yeah.
This year is tried. This year is tried.
Yeah, so there's a good example.
This year is tried to. This year is tried to end. This year is tried.
Yeah, see how that one note right there is, it's supposed to be that note, but it's like broken up into like 3 little sounds, so it didn't really capture it as one thing, so it kind of glitches out.
This year is tried to end. This year is tried to end me. This year is tried to end me. This year is tried to end me. This year.
So yeah, we would get rid of that. We could try a different tool.
This year is tried to end. This year is tried to.
It's just flat though.
This year is tried to end. This year.
Because that's as close as you could probably get.
This year is tried to end. This year is tried to. This year is tried to end. This year is tried to. This year is tried to.
Yeah, it just sounds, so I'm just going to get rid of it.
This year is tried to end me.
Doesn't sound horrible. I mean, you can keep it untuned, but if you're trying to have a perfect sounding vocal, like most of the stuff you hear on the radio, I mean, you don't want to let that slide. So normally I'd have to, after doing it with Autotune, I'd have to go through with Melodyne and fix that one part.
This year is tried to end me. End me. 100 different. 100 different. 100 different ways. 100 different ways. 100 different ways. This ring around. This ring around my finger. 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 It's feeling weird. It's feeling way too, it's feeling way too loose. It's feeling way too loose. Never thought I'd say this. Never thought I'd say this. Never thought I'd say this. But so do you. But so do you. Why'd you call me on? Why'd you call me? Why'd you call me on? Why'd you call me on your drive? Why'd you call me on your drive? Just to say that, just to say that you, just to say that you, just to say that you need time, just to say that you need time. Honestly, I'd rather die. Honestly, I'd rather die. Honestly, I'd rather die.
I was playing that over and over because sometimes when Autotune puts it at an octave lower, see how this last word die is an octave lower? Sometimes it gives it the deep voice on that. So that can be another reason people don't like it, is sometimes it tracks a note on a different octave because maybe some like dirt or like raspiness in somebody's voice. And yeah, so that's that. So let's take a listen. It's definitely sounds clean. I mean, Autotune's going to give you a clean sound, but you could see how some artifacts or digital stuff is there that people really do not like.
I lost 30 pounds, no light in my face. This year has tried to end me 100 different ways. This ring around my finger is feeling way too loose. Never thought I'd say this, but so do you. Why'd you call me on your drive just to say that you need time? Honestly, I'd rather die.
Okay, and then yeah, so we can help this a little bit. If you do want to use Autotune and you don't mind working around the glitches, you can select all and then turn down the retune speed. Now all the vocals are getting a lower retune speed, making it more natural. So let's see what this sounds like.
I lost 30 pounds, no light in my face. This year has tried to end me 100 different ways. This ring around my finger is feeling way too loose. Never thought I'd say this, but so do you. Why'd you call me on your drive just to say that you need time? Honestly, I'd rather die.
So yeah, a lot more natural, obviously. Maybe a little more pitchy, so it didn't tune the vocals as much, but you might want that. And, you know, there weren't too many artifacts that I can hear, so it wasn't too bad. So we're going to take that off and try it with Melodyne now.
I lost 30 pounds.
Now you will notice we have to be more surgical here. We're not just swiping some notes like in Autotune, so it'll take a little longer.
I lost 30.
but we're not going to run into that issue that we did to where it was doing artifacts and stuff.
I lost 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds.
You want to use your ears because obviously the end of this word, you know, I had to bring it up here for it to sound right because it has this big dip there. So, you know, use your ears and don't 100% go off of the visual.
I lost 30 pounds. No light in my face. 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 This ear is tried to. This ear is tried. This ear is tried to end. This ear is tried to end me. This ear is tried to end me. This ear is tried to end me. A hundred different ways. 100 different ways. 100 different ways. This ring around my finger. Ring around my finger.
As you can see, a lot more work. For sure. I mean, it gets a good result, though.
Ring around my finger. Ring around my finger. Ring around my
A lot of dissecting, moving.
Ring around my finger. Ring around my finger. Ring around my finger. It's feeling way too. Ring around my finger. It's feeling way too. It's feeling way too loose. It's feeling way too loose. Never thought I'd say this. Never thought I'd say.
Yeah, it might seem like I'm flying through this, but you know that's because I've done this for a long time. But it's not this fast if you're starting out.
Never thought I'd say this. Never thought I'd say this. But so do you. But so do you. But so do you. But so do you. Why'd you call me? Why'd you call me on your drive? Why'd you call me on your? Why'd you call me? Why'd you call me on your drive? Just to say that you need time. Just to say that you need time. Just to say that you need time. Honestly, I'd rather die. Honestly, I'd rather die.
All right, let's take a listen to this.
I lost 30 pounds. No light in my face. This year has tried to end me 100 different ways. This ring around my finger is feeling way too loose. Never thought I'd say this, but so do you. Why'd you call me on your drive? Just to say that you need time. Honestly, I'd rather die.
And then hear the auto-tune.
I lost 30 pounds. No light in my face. This year has tried to end me 100 different ways. This ring around my finger is feeling way too loose. Never thought I'd say this, but so do you. Why'd you call me on your drive? Just to say that you need time.
So yeah, in this case, I prefer Melodyne. I don't always, but Melodyne definitely wins, I would say, in these intimate scenarios where the vocal is just very bare. There's not much instrumentation going on, and it's just everything's under like a magnifying glass. So you want it to be as natural as possible. So Melodyne is going to be your answer for that. But if this was like a huge pop production with like tons of layers, I would probably most likely be going for Autotune for that just clean pitch through and through. So yeah, so I hope this helps for you guys. I know a lot of people probably are wondering like which one should I get. I would suggest both if you can afford it, or at least buy Melodyne and then do a subscription for Autotune Pro, and that would be my suggestion. But I definitely love both of these plugins. This is kind of like a follow-up to my one video called Melodyne versus Autotune, which was a good video, I think, that helped a lot of people. So, yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next week. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out my vocal mixing masterclass. I go through tons of stuff in depth, and you can watch it over and over and learn how to be a great audio engineer. And then if you are an audio engineer and say there's just some roadblocks you're experiencing and you want some advice from another engineer, I would say sign up for my coaching program. We can go over your songs together via Zoom and Audio Movers, so we can do it remotely, and I can go over your songs and help you get the sound that maybe you're close to getting but not quite there yet. I'll see you guys next week.